Hello everyone and welcome back to playing Bloodlines. I honestly feel like I am gonna be progressing the main story for a little bit before I tackle all the side quests, so that's the plan unless I get distracted on my way to the taxi, which is directly in front of me. So hopefully I won't, but it's not a guarantee. I hope everyone's doing great. We're now very deep inside the spooky month, and my only complaint is that spooky month is like a big holiday, right? So people end up like expecting... Who's having a shootout right now? Expecting something for the holiday, and like I'm invested in multiple different groups doing multiple different things, so spooky month ends up being quite busy.
Going somewhere?
Bodily functions are denied for me for now. Just drive. Why would you ever say that, Miss Mulcavian? That sounds like a great way of giving yourself out to be a vampire.
You. What are you doing here?
I can't decide if she has like a recorder of Nine's voice, because we do know that this is Ming Zhao, or like, is she trying to mimic it? It sounds too deep to be her voice, but also too light to be Nine's voice, so this is a very odd in between. Wandering the mythical maze of my mind.
No?
Your words are a little wobbly.
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Your mouth is making mystical mush. I'm also surprised that she was quite free from our insight. Because, like, we have received so many, like, plot-breaking knowledge that I would have, like, completely expected our mind to go, this is Ming Zhao, but that would entirely break the whole plot. No! That hill's floating. Or is that like water? I do really like the assets. It makes the environment so believable, man. And I can't even like describe it because it doesn't quite go the same way as, well, you know, you would expect the world to look like. This is not like a normal recreation of America. Like yesterday, the last time I streamed, I even like was showing the streets of downtown. The streets are way too narrow, making it look a lot more European than American. But like this game carries this certain vibe of, I don't know, foreboding, but also lived in. Like they do it fairly well, and those houses, they go very well with that vibe. Like, they're believable. I fully believe that that hill is covered with houses, even if that's such a thinly veiled illusion that when I hop over here, I can see that mountain be floating, yo. Right, well, time to run through Gratz Manor. And I do want to, like, run through it, because, well, there's only, like, psychos in here. But I also might get stuck listening to all the sounds in the world a bit too much. Thankfully, because I'm not playing with mods this time, I don't need to constantly replenish my blood. I only need to do so if I actually use it. I can't quite get out of murdering all of them because they're so easy to murder. Hello, Hexman! Welcome to our favorite crazy mansion. Do you think it's bigger on the inside? It does kind of feel bigger on the inside, doesn't it? Okay. Twitch. You just posted, we have good news. September is over, but gift sub discounts are still here. In such a big message that it obscured my whole chat. Please don't do that. I like reading that.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness for my supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my...
This book was called Scarlett Torkerson, the circus performer, I believe. We will never actually be able to use the books.
Chosen course
but it's funny that I no longer even know what they're named when I pick them up.
Psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition, or that of my beloved wife, lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear.
The fact that he says that it's a shared affliction between him and his wife, it kind of sounds like he embraced her and then he put her inside that glass tube upstairs. Perception at once shapes the mind and rules over time. Time, however, erodes human perception and then in turn warps the mind. The mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. With harmony, progress is made. I can't say that I understand what that means from a psychological point of view, nor from the gameplay puzzle. I just like pulling on these until they work eventually, and then I get happy.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss, not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychosis,
I hate that I love listening to him.
I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing of perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized, like a newborn babe discovering the sky. I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be replicated.
No! One of his players is entirely missing. It should be here, but I suppose my mind is not ready for the revelations stacked inside of it, so it disappeared. The sparkles are still here, though, so, you know. You can look at the pretty sparkles. You weren't using that head. You weren't using that head. You know, it's probably for the best. I mean, whatever kind of experiments he was doing. Sparkles were on the table, Kim, but there wasn't any recorder, only sparkles. It was a very sparkly table. I mean, this place gets set on fire. Most of them won't know how to flee fire inside their murderous grief. I don't exactly know what the psychologist has done to them, but it must have been very bad things, so this is a kindness. Yeah, if I can show you what I have right now, I have increased inspection because I'm Volcavian, and then I have like defense because I have an item that increases my defense by 1. But otherwise I have 5 in ranged because I assume that we're gonna have to use a lot of ranged weapons at endgame, especially, you know, flamethrower. I want to get as much damage out of that as possible, and 5 in haggle because I want the flamethrower ammo to be cheap. And if I'm just gonna hide my camera for a second, because I want you to see this, our experience is so far 55 points. I want to see how much we can get that number to before the game ends. And also, if we can't get something through the game, like our hacking level is not high enough, therefore we absolutely can't get a password or like get into a place, I am not looking that up. However, if it's stuck in my memory, I can use it. Those are the rules. So if I like remember it, or if I can guess it, I can do it. But if I can't do it and I can't pass the skill check for it, then I can't do it. Uh-oh, I think you murdered somebody. I think you ate him too. Jesus. Ah, that means that the XP number will be just so nice to stare at. It's gonna be huge. I wonder how high that number goes. Oop!
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from.
I want to listen to that one too, so I'm just gonna.
What I would give.
I don't
just
know.
One interview, a few simple
back here?
questions of the plague-ridden woman who met her end that dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop.
You're a corpse. You work.
Mewling wretches. Few could be called enthusiastic. Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same further from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated.
Okay, let's open it back up.
The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess in there.
God, I so need to clip that at some point. I'll have to remember where this is in the stream. About 15 minutes in, because I have a guildmate called John. Like, he goes by his first name inside like Guild Wars 2. I feel like sending him a link to the clip of the one called John has gnawed off his arm.
Proceed at a languid pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui, as my wife says.
With no context.
My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
We're now one with Grout. No, I have not played the newest visual novel. I looked into it. I'm 99% sure that the art is AI. The protagonist is not very still in their proportion or the look. So it looks like more than one person. And the vibe that it's giving me off is very much this 21st century doll vibe, which is I sometimes use AI to generate me a token for my tabletops that I'm playing, just to have some sort of visual representation, but I never like put those in the video or anything like that because I'm kind of against AI. One thing that's very, very hard to do with AI is to make it generate a person that wouldn't be like this one set of definition of attractive. And I see it like one-to-one in the dolls that are in that visual novel. Like, it doesn't look human touched. It doesn't look like an actual artist worked on it. So I'm like, you're not gonna get me to buy that product. I don't know what's wrong with it, but something went terribly wrong. And like, the people that made it are claiming it that we didn't use AI, we like hired a company to make the visuals. Well, that company then lied to you. Because the product that you got, it's not human touched. That's not how human touched products look. Anyway, this is a very, very beautiful view. I really like it. Which is why I always stand in here whenever I get to this point. And this could be my desktop, but I have other desktops that kind of beat it right now, but I wouldn't mind. I can see why Grat would stand around in here. Yeah, and it's also when you're generating your own characters. Did you notice that like one popular style of nose right now is the Barbie nose, which is a plastic surgery exclusive nose where you get like this part very, very thin and then you like invert it upwards, but like it's considered the cute nose tip. I know that like for some people their nose tip is up naturally, but it tends to be kind of a bit wider over here, but in here you kind of like really, really chisel it down and then just turn it up. AI loves generating that nose and I hate it so much. Like, try to get AI to generate a big nose or a strong nose or what I like to call a Roman nose that like has like a bump over here. It doesn't understand. So when I'm trying to like generate a character for like a tabletop that nobody's gonna see anyway, I have to like start inputting different inputs that it won't consider attractive, like you just add the fat, and then suddenly all the characters flip to mega ugly, and you're like, what the hell were these AIs even trained on? Yeah! I hate it, because I notice it like so much. So whenever like you show me the Barbie nose and the product, I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't want this, they don't look human. And I so hate it that it's like the current beauty standard as well. Another thing that slightly started like bleeding into art, but not so much just yet, was, you know how all the celebrities like took out all of the fat from here? To me it just like looks so horrifying because it's like the starved look. And I bet you anything that's gonna like bleed into AI very, very fast because it's also like part of the beauty standard right now, and all I can think of is what happened to your cheek fat? Like, I turned 30 and I'm naturally losing it because your skin kind of thins and your fat kind of goes downwards if you're a woman a little bit. Can't imagine how much worse it would be if I like took parts of my face that I considered fat in my 20s. Yeah, those faces already don't look good, but it's gonna doubly not look good in a couple of years. It's kind of like the I have anorexia but not really look, because you want the anorexic face but nothing else. Which I don't know if they know, but like anorexia isn't like normally attractive. It's already not a look to go for. Mouthies are hum nom. And these graphics I'm really vibing though. Even though they were made like 20 years ago. Yeah! Like, you want to face that, why are you taking it out? Do you want to age yourself? Is aging yourself cool now? That'd be locked, which means I should go somewhere else. I should by this point know this place by heart, and I sort of do. Nom nom nom, but not fully. Like, where does this cookie go? Did I come from here? I came from here, hurrah! Let me just check. The button is still covered. Another pet peeve of mine is any, like, computer case that has the power button at the top of the case. Because guess what? I have 5 cats. They love the top of my case. Guess what they do with their body? Push buttons. So I tend to have to cover the power button to make sure that I'm not just, my game is not gonna like get turned off unexpectedly.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure.
If we learn anything from Gath's experiences, it's if you get offered a political office inside a vampire society, run! Don't look back, run. Stay on your own, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna become like hundreds of years old, and the issue is other vampires. That's the issue. And yeah, if you're gonna like go full Tsimitsi, why not also like, I don't know, do something really stupid and insert some horns or draw on some scales or something. The only issue with those mods is that people eventually really don't recognize their own faces later on, and then depression and suicidal thoughts hit. So you're like, okay, this would be very aesthetically interesting to do, and then you're like, I miss my old skin that I was born with, and I can't do anything to go back there. But I mean, if you're gonna go for something as extreme as like removing cheek fat, you may as well. And Mulcavian is very strong for having no abilities. I mean, for having no levels. Like, Dementation at 1 gives you Hysteria, which keeps regular enemies completely still. And Obfuscate at 2, like, lets me sneak around while invisible. I love it. Absolutely love it. I feel like this is the right class to do a no XP run on. But also, I know that Vin went for Tremere and Araxil seem to have gone for Tremere, so I don't know, maybe Tremere isn't, you know, decent choice. What? No way! You can just pull on the bulk? Really? Oh, cool. I didn't know that. That, like, completely skips the puzzle over here. Oh yeah, like, if you just end up being kind of, I don't know, staked or otherwise immobilized and you stay there for, like, hundreds of years, yeah, you're guaranteed a long life, which most of it you're not gonna be spending. Yeah, I never knew that either. Insight 5. That's the one stat boost that I got, like, +2 to Insight from being a Malkavian, so I'm an Insight 5, and that's, like, enough to see that. I never knew that. It might be the unofficial mod that rebalanced something. I'm just gonna jump over the railing in a second, but I'm gonna let this play.
I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan
Yay, for no fall
Malkavian,
damage.
the dreadfully winsome label applied to the
My
particular
legs are
strain
made
of
from
vampires
steel.
whom I suffer. So named for some supposed vampire father figure of old. More poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter, for I have taken this office for no greater reason than to advance my research. I must make men.
I want to see what this is. We have agreed that we can have items even though we can't have, like, books to level us up because no research skills, so that was an easy decision. But we can keep items, so I'm gonna keep them when I find them. This heavy fang could only have belonged to ferocious predatory beast. You feel at ease knowing that there's one less of those in the world. Decreases your chance to frenzy. I don't think I had a lot of chance to frenzy anyway, but I'ma keep it.
However, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-tailored to what must be my obvious infatuation with reason, for the devil would do well to have such honey-tongued tempters. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of darkest night. Damn it all, now I'm doing it too.
Also, Araxel, I'm controlling my bloodline's addiction, okay? This year I'm only doing one run and it's no XP run. And now you're making me so curious to know what a max friggin' insight run looks like. God damn it. Now it has to be fun, especially if you're playing a Malkavian. Like, max out insight ASAP.
As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, in conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other vampires, voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strain of the theirs. For the voices are various and inconsistent. I dare not mention this symptom to my vampiric peers, for they have proven themselves true predators to whom I could be loath to reveal any sign of weakness. Indeed, these voices have counseled me against confessing their presence, and until I can confirm their source, I will listen.
No.
The information the voices have given me ranges from curious to frightening. The latter case is especially true of one powerful vampire whose name I shall not commit to recording in the interests of self-preservation.
Yeah, Araxo, I have like the same problem. I have too many games. that I want to play. And obviously not enough time in the world to play it. And a lot of it is like old games that I have owned for forever. I really wanted the key to here, and I also wanted to let Gout speak. Grout? Grout. He's probably Grout. He's probably not Gout. Like, if he was Gout, that would be weird, because that's like a disease from being too fat. I'm gonna say that he is likely not Gout. Okay, moving on with my thoughts. I like hearing him speak. Like, as a character, he seems like such an interesting one. Obviously, like, very inhuman. Because, like, he's like, oh, I love when you could just go to the insane asylum to pick up, like, some lobotomized people. Like, obviously, that is a terrible, terrible thought. But as a vampire, he just, like, has such interesting rants. Anyway, I really wanted the blood from there. Because it's, like, elder blood. So, of course, I want to have it. But I also didn't want to die. And I could have died. So that's not good. So that scared me. Die now. Die now. Thank you. Time for you to be food. This is I have alerted all three of them, but there's like a door to lockpick in here that I can potentially do it. Don't look at me. Okay, you stay standing here because of hysteria. No? God damn it. God damn it. Really? Hysteria just expired on you so fast? You don't have enough blood for me to do blood buff twice. I feel like I finished my thought halfway through and I never gone through it. Oh yeah, too many games to play. Right, so I am pretty heavily invested into Guild Wars 2. I have a guild there, I have some things that I want to do this year. Namely, perhaps get a raid set of legendary armor, which I am slowly working towards, and I recently didn't hold out and accidentally made a legendary weapon, which is Twilight, because I needed a great sword and that seemed like a good thing to do, but I sacrificed a lot of materials. So piling of materials, hey, it's the if you have seizures, time to seize room. Cool, let me get out of here. I don't have seizures, but I don't want to have seizures. Anyway, so I used up my materials. Right, so that goal got set back to 0, and I want to do like raid armor, raid heavy armor, and I'm taking like 2 of my characters through the full story, one on my own, one with my guild, and they're like events keep on happening. So like you have Halloween and like you have a patch or something like that, and I'm like ooh, and I got completely distracted by that, and then like I started playing The Sims 2 again because it was like its 20th anniversary, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull it out to make a review, and then I never stopped playing, and I even like accidentally deleted one of my neighborhoods by like changing a GPU, so I had to start all over again. But now I'm playing Veronaville rotationally exclusively on Mondays, and I have like a half-finished Baldur's Gate 3 run, which will now be my 3rd Baldur's Gate run, because it turns out Baldur's Gate is highly replayable, but it's like a 100-hour game, so that's not good. Planet Coaster 2 is coming out, and I pre-purchased the key because it was one of those games that I actually have interest in it this year. That's not good. So yeah, more games than I have time. I mean, I hope that he faked his death and, like, ended up leaving, because, I mean, come on, there's this lady person that turns into 9s walking around that was, like, trying to assassinate him. There's, like, a whole bunch of hunters. LaCroix wants him gone. My boy is better off just being a silent psychologist somewhere else. But if he did fake his death, that means that he abandoned his wife. I don't imagine that this character would have wanted to do something like that. I mean, we don't know how much he cared for his wife, but presumably a lot. I mean, he put her in a glass cage. Yeah, I'm not like trying to even do honor mode. I think that's a bit too hard for me. But I did play like on the hardest difficulty before honor mode. Like that's where my save is at right now because I wanted to challenge myself. Like you can... You can like... Please die, lady. I can't fight two of you at once. Thank you. I know that you can make like insane builds and really abuse the game and like push everyone off ledges and shit like that. But like, I'm a small person. I don't do builds very well. I'm just your average Joe. Slash not Joe. Jane! There we go. I play what be fun, yo, and that doesn't normally involve a lot of theory crafting, so I tend to not know very well what I'm doing, and that definitely gets in the way, and hard games be hard because I don't actually know what I'm doing. Didn't they like use the witch music for her? Because yeah, I played through it and that was weird. Oh, I forgot about you, sorry. I remember playing through the Focused Moonlight basement as well. Together with like a whole different entrance. For this place where like you have to kill somebody on like a balcony and do like a tiny bit of a jumpy puzzly thing to get in. You see, I've been with Bloodlines for so long that I played all the major mods.
The voices have increased in frequency and direction of late. They have begun to stay with me.
Be honest, did you eat him?
The conversation has ceased and are serving as quite a distraction. I fear others are beginning to notice my preoccupation at the vampire gatherings. I am thinking again of the particular vampire of whom I spoke previously, who I dare not name for my growing fear. If the voices are to be believed, then my caution is warranted, for they speak of his blackest crimes, both past and future. More than once, I have seen the suspicion in his eyes and heard the distrust in his voice when speaking with me. The fear must register on my face, as it is all I can do in these moments to keep from crying out in chorus with the voices.
He's like, I'm getting so much information, I assume about LaCroix. And meanwhile, my cat is rubbing himself on the rug while rolling around and thunking into my green screen. And that is so distracting. Yeah, you continue standing there, buddy. It's fine. You don't need to go anywhere. I don't know if you want me to play with you or do you want to leave, or is it just if what you're doing currently is satisfactory? Cats, man. The thing is, I really love my cats. I'm entirely a crazy cat lady. I'm like, oh my god, everything they do is so cute.
I am no longer safe. I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely.
Woo!
My absence will no doubt draw attention, but I can no longer hold my fragile composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers. Especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, but I had to, for their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out at me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know. I have taken precautions to protect my beloved wife. A cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed. The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this.
You see, this is why I don't necessarily believe that Grout is still alive. Because he left his wife behind. And he definitely didn't want to leave his wife behind. He was like, before I can secure, you know, safety for both of us. Right, we're having zoomies. That would explain a lot. Yeah, I think I did play, I played La Sombra and I played Bali. I love playing Bali in general. It will sound really bad if I said it goes well with my religion. Because they're portrayed as like total destructive Christian infernalists. But come on, you wanna do it sometimes, don't you? But Bali and the tabletop version are like both really weak and broken. Because in general, if you're just run-of-the-mill Bali and don't like have elder abilities, you're weaker than a lot of other clans. And the abilities to do more than just like grant insight to you or make you appear scary, they immediately betray that you're a Bali. Like, let me just throw a fireball, it's black fireball. Cool. Now everybody knows. And there's like a blood hunt on your head. So, I really like the idea of the bloodline. But it's hard to normally play it. Aw, Raxo, I know how you feel. My Thursday group needs a person at the moment. We had a lot of bad apples in there. First of all, we had a cheater, and that cheater left early on, and we replaced them. And the second person was suffering a break from reality in real life, which is very unfortunate. I feel bad for them, but they were imagining a lot of things that weren't happening. They remembered things that were said that were never said. They were paranoid about other players. They would go to DMs and like send really inappropriate messages to other people to a point where it went to you either leave the table or we leave the table. So at that point the game master was forced to act and they got removed from the table. So now we're one person short, and I actually don't have a replacement this time because last time I pulled it from a V5 group, a storyteller, which I really trust, just be no drama, to just be chill, and he is. He's great fun. Everyone else in the group is great fun. But we're no longer like willing to take, I don't know, a leap of faith to a person that might turn out to be a bad apple. Hello, medic Oleg. I have like a lot of friends from Guild Wars 2, but none of them are, well, some of them are into tabletops, but not into Vampire the Masquerade, and some of them like have never tried playing tabletops. And I'm not even like willing to take a stab at them, because I'm like, what if I take that person and they like make fun out of the game, or like they really don't know how to play a tabletop? Oh. Yeah. I understand the Raxel, and our group currently has an unwritten rule that you have to be over 25 to play. For those particular reasons, but the person that had the mental health reality break was over 25, but unfortunately their mental health went out the window so far that they definitely couldn't stay in the campaign anymore. You see, now this kind of goes with the theory that maybe Grout isn't dead, because I don't think he was supposed to leave bones behind. Oh yeah, sorry that happened. Oof. Well, if you are capable of dedicating 4 hours on Thursdays, every Thursday for the conceivable rest of forever, and want to take a stab at playing with strangers and have a microphone, I might have a campaign. But I'm from UK, and to me it starts at midnight to 4 AM, so I don't know what time zone that would even be for you. And I don't even know if you're feeling comfortable even trying playing with strangers anymore.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a German man yelling at me, and there's also a cat just being very, very cute to my side, so I was just... Malkavian madness, everybody. Ground is no longer a corpse, he is ash.
Grout is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
That German accent is so tasty. Got a time frame on that one? Why is my Malkavian sounding so friggin' sane on that?
Babble your native tongue in the pits of the abyss. I will not hear it anymore.
But why?
As you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix. By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul.
Much talk, little sense. I love his accent. Well, yeah, if you decide that you can actually do really stupid hours for the foreseeable forever, I don't know, message me on Discord. I assume you have my Discord. I assume you're in my Discord server. I don't know why I'm assuming that, but I am. But it is pretty bad for non-nocturnal people. Like, normally people get up in 3 hours to go to work. Okay, you come with me, and then I slip past, and now I run! Whee! And if you're okay with that, I will be able to send you the Discord link to the GM server. We are playing a game in which we are rebuilding Gary in America. There's practically no kindred there. There's like one prince. We call it the Burger King Prince. Chicago tried to take us over. We are a Camarilla game. I believe you can play everything but Bali and True Bruja. And yeah, Chicago had beef with us, and even in politicking, they managed to cause a lot of damage. They closed my bar, and I'm a Ventru. I like income. I'm a very poor Ventru, to be fair, but I like money. That felt like a slap in my face, and I'm also playing a biker, so I go for rides sometimes. And the other guy, my storyteller that I pulled in, he now is building a bike shop in Gary. We tend to play like a couple of days, and then we tend to plan out what our character is doing for the week. So you can like invest in infrastructure and things like that. Well, I'm assuming that real life Gary is a lot better than this one. Oh, and it's also like mid-90s, because I don't know why, but a lot of people like playing mid-90s, I suppose. With the added things of like having to use phones, and they're not like, you don't have everything at your fingertips, and you have to like break into libraries if you want like proper information. Fair enough. And it might be close to the truth.
Evening there. Something burning? Ooh, smells like someone burnt the burgers.
Pluck it from your mind. I should already be upstairs.
Sure, I'll open her up for you. Jeez, I could go for one of them double-spaced burgers with the onions and the cheese and some bacon and a guacamole. Ooh.
I'm going up? I really have, like, no time for this guy. I can always say that, hey, my person found you while riding around between Gary and Chicago, because that's what I've been doing for the past, like, few weeks, just going around in circles on a big drive. And I was trying to get all Anarchs to go and attack Chicago. I don't know how that worked out. I was also trying to promote our city as like this big, great, hip city, but then everybody would be like, Anarch Free State? And I would be like, no, Camarilla! And that would immediately fall through. I like Malks. I don't tend to play one because then I would need to like veer into real life mental illness and I don't like that. But I love their insight. But I wouldn't want to like roleplay depression or something like that, if you know what I mean. And I love how Malks are written in Bloodlines because they're not descript. You can't just say, well, they have precisely this one thing. Like, we have a bit of break of reality where we start, like, hallucinating the TV man. We sometimes talk to stop signs. Our lines are different, but they're, like, really insightful. I find it very fun.
The Primogens still haven't been contacted by Grout. I thought I made it clear that you are not supposed to come back until we had heard from him.
We no longer hear the voice of Grout.
Grout's dead. What?
Does that imply that I'm part of the Malkavian Madness Network? Who is back? Why does he want to set me on fire?
Buck! Every time I think he's lost the scent. So, Buck killed Grout to draw me out.
Grout was not hunted. He was disposed of.
Buck is a hunter. They stalk and kill our kind to appease their god. But like many mortals, their so-called faith is nothing but a conduit through which they quench their killing urge. Who else would have killed Grout?
Nines? I mean, he seemed to have been there too.
Look at me. Are you sure it was Nines Rodriguez? Because if it was, the consequences... Do you know where this might lead? Do you really have any idea?
I feel like this so doesn't work with a Malkavian. I wouldn't consider my character a reliable narrator. I don't know why you would actually take their word. Like, he goes, oh, but you're a newborn and you don't know anything about politics. That's why we can trust you. Yeah, and I'm also a Malkavian. Grout being there might have been entirely in my mind and might have, like, shown some sort of, I don't know, fight that was happening between, like, Grout and Nines. And not, like, that Nines killed Grout. That sort of, you know what I mean? I don't like dramas. Please change your channel to a comedy.
I'm glad you find this so amusing. I don't. And do you know why? It means, under most circumstances, I would call a blood hunt on the murderer immediately. However, the Anarchs of this city may interpret such an action to be a declaration of war. I do not want a war with them. This decision will take some time. I need to confer with the Primogen on this. In the meantime, I've come to a decision on the Ankaran sarcophagus, and I believe that for the safety of the inhabitants of this city, we need to place the sarcophagus under Camarilla protection until its contents can be confirmed. You're becoming quite indispensable to me. So, out of all my available personnel, I'm going to entrust the retrieval of the sarcophagus to you. It was quietly delivered to the Museum of Natural History a few hours ago.
Museum time! I'm gone now.
The manifest from the Dane shows there was a small box from the same dig on board, but it was listed as missing. Keep an eye open for it. It may have been overlooked. It's crucial we get the sarcophagus in our possession within the next few hours.
My hands are dirty. Let me wipe them on new bills.
Here, I'm feeling charitable.
So what do I do now?
Here are the keys to the front door of the museum. The sarcophagus should be in an examination room of some sort. There's a small security staff on site, but I don't want a massacre. Mortals are just as easy to deceive as they are to kill.
Yeah, like, I think a lot more people are struggling with some sort of issues themselves, and also people with issues integrate better into society nowadays. So I feel like it is a lot more common to meet people that have, you know, their own struggles. So you would assume that stereotypes about mental illness would be less prevalent instead of being, you know, more prevalent, which doesn't help. I'm sure if I actually ever managed to get to a psychologist in the NHS, they would find some sort of anxiety disorder, but I'm dealing with it. It's fine. Bury the keys, for I will fly to the root. But first, my mind wanders something.
1 or 2, but that's all.
Who is the spider in the web between you and Beck?
My history with that family dates back to Bach's grandfather, who pursued me into Africa, where I killed him. Bach's father tracked me to London to meet his death. And now Bach and the Society of Leopold have followed me across America. They never learn.
Who is Leopold?
Witch hunters. An anachronistic holdover from the Middle Ages.
Are you a witch?
They are inquisitors, whose fanaticism has convinced them that their triumph over the supernatural will save mankind and secure them a cushy spot in heaven.
Yeah. I mean, so many people are depressed. Come on, it doesn't... It's like a void, but that doesn't mean that you don't, you know, try to have a life. Why would one hunt blood?
A blood hunt is a death sentence. When one commits a high crime against our society, a blood hunt may be called. It is then the responsibility of the city's kindred to bring the offender final death.
I will take the field trip to the museum now.
There is a degree of immediacy attached to this task. Work fast. And, as on the Dane, you are not to open the Ankaran sarcophagus for any reason. Excuse me.
Yeah, I played it at the start. I was like really excited for it. I tested it out. It didn't run very well. People were already kind of cheating, at least from my perspective, because they would like snipe you from across the map to a point where you couldn't even get out of spawn. It wasn't fun. So, I assumed that it wouldn't last very long, and lately I have been like looking into it. The servers are up, but they have entirely discontinued the whole of the development team. I want to visit my house, that's why I'm running this way. My house, my apartment, where I live! There we go. The developers teams have been entirely pulled out of it, so now they're just gonna keep the servers running until they can no longer do so. So the in-game player base is like really, really small. Yeah, I tried a few times. I didn't like get much out of spawn. It really left me a sour taste, and I was like, nah. I also kind of didn't like how they were treating Diablerie, because I remember at that point, drinking from another vampire kind of has to feel orgasmic. It's kind of part of VTM lore. Like, getting your blood drunk actually feels really nice. So, drinking away someone's soul by force sounds very dirty. At least to me. It sounds kind of intimate. Oh wow, what's wrong with you, screen? There we go, thank you very much. That's not my floor. I think I live on floor 4. I don't know why I went for 6. I just assumed that the penthouse is mine. I have great aspirations in life, don't ask. Actually, I wouldn't want to live that high up. That would be very scary. And, when I kind of disclosed my concern, I think it's the same lady that still does everything Bloodlines related. I forget her name, but she has like short hair. She does like most Bloodline news. I hope she hasn't like gotten fired. I would feel bad if she did. And she was trying to argue against the game's lore in itself, going, no, it's nothing like... it has no sexual elements to it whatsoever. And it's like, your lore definitely states otherwise, though. Oh, no, it's just supposed to be excruciatingly painful. But here's an in-lore example of a death that felt great and was done in a bedroom. Oh, just disregard that. Like, you read it wrong. It was such a mess. So when I didn't like the fact that they were like, oh, this is like a casual mechanic to just use. It didn't go very well. But it's a dead game now, so we no longer talk about it. Email of the email kind. Also, just so you know, Rexo, I think Poland is 1 hour ahead of me. I am not entirely sure that Poland is the exact same time zone. Stop by my apartment when you get a chance. I'll set you up. Mercurio, I don't need to be set up right now, but thank you, Mercurio, for expanding my dating capabilities. Don't touch the butter! The new extreme sport that is sweeping the nation is now on a limited edition DVD. Watch the superstars Iron Will, McMahon, Brock Dryhands Hines, and Margarine Mike Davenport as they use every bit of restraint in their body to not touch the butter. 1 ball of butter, 2 contestants, 3 judges, and a hell of a lot of willpower. To order, log on to www.don'ttouchthebutter.btm. Yeah. It's because I have a Polish friend and half the time I wake up too late to actually spend time with him, which is a shame. A bishop is sacrificed for the king. You talking about grout? Huh? I just like how they're using .vtm. What in the world does it stand for if not Vampire the Masquerade? Because it has to stand for something inside their game world, right?
Finally, you're back. I thought maybe something happened to you. I shouldn't even think such a thing. I mean...
Do you want to get fed?
How could I go on? But you're here now. I'm so glad when you're near me.
Don't cream your pants. Calm down, my pet. Take me internally. I'm forever yours.
This feeling. It's love. Oh, all I can feel is love for you.
Love, I would prefer prizes.
I almost forgot. I got a college loan check today. Here, I want you to take some of the money.
Ooh, mad money.
I'll try to get more, you know, when I can.
When I return, surprise me. Let's rip this poor girl off. Let's just take all of her money before she ends up being dead because other people don't like me.
Fever, hacking cough, nausea, rashes or sores, painful discharges, or sudden sustained bleeding. A massive gelatinous creature that washed up on the beaches of Providence, Rhode Island, has scientists scratching their heads. Found by a jogger early on Tuesday morning who says he smelled it a mile away, the mystery creature is thought to be some form of giant octopus. Though marine biologists...
What was that about mysterious bleeding and fevers?
Never seen anything like it in these...
Oh wait, we have an epidemic, I forgot.
They speculate that it could be from a yet undiscovered family of sea creatures. A tourist bus destined for the ancient city of Angkor Wat that failed to return Wednesday night was found this morning, though without any trace of its operator or passengers. Cambodian officials have dispatched several military units into the area to search through the surrounding jungle, amidst concerns that it is related to one of a number of Southeastern Asian terrorist organizations based in the region. 3 American citizens are among the missing. A massive gelatinous creature that washed up on the beaches.
I like how this one is a bit like randomized which new story it's gonna show it to you. But like, you just called Ming Zhao a massive gelatinous creature.
Some form of giant octopus. Though marine biologists that have examined the monster have commented that they have never seen anything like it in the cephalopod family before. They speculate that it could be from a yet undiscovered family of sea creatures.
I mean, true, when she changes her form and goes...
crew. There is evidence that suggests the crew or several members of the crew were slain, though no names are being released at the moment. One piece in the Elizabeth Dane's cargo was revealed as the Enkaran sarcophagus. Discovered at a dig in Turkey, the sarcophagus was on its way to the Los Angeles Museum of Natural History for a detailed analysis and exhibition. Authorities are expected to release the sarcophagus to the museum in the next few days. A tourist bus destined for the ancient city of Angkor Wat that failed to return Wednesday night was found this morning.
Okay, I think I got the news, which honestly is kind of weird. It's more than I actually can get on the news in my country. I don't know what happened to like straightforward news, but to be fair, I don't have TV access. But when I get news, when I go to news sites, it tends to be like a lot of opinion pieces about how everyone is miserable on their own accord or something. And like one of two things of what shitty new thing the government is doing, but that's like it. I have like literally no idea what's happening. 99% of the news site will just be like, do you know that if you ate more kale, you can stop shitting eggs? Or maybe people should smile more. Or Jane Doe expresses their unfounded opinions about the housing market. Jane Doe being not a professional on anything, just a random passerby.
I don't want to talk to you. Move.
Yeah, like, they probably weren't written very well, but I never got to read about them, so I don't really know anything about that. We do have a museum to get to. I was kind of hoping that the news channel would do that thing where, the news channel, like, normally does after a while, where this thing has gotten missing. The suspect, like, names are not released, but they know that it was you. I love when the news starts doing that.
Baby girl, I saw you coming from down the street and I started praying to the Lord to find it in his heart to send you to me, and hallelujah if he didn't come through for me. Welcome to Fat Larry's Trucker Mag. I am the proprietor and salesman of the month several years in a row. The ladies call me, oh God, but you can call me Fat Larry with a F-A-T, cause there's more of me to love.
I love him! Are you a merchant of the ill-gotten, illegal, and inferior?
Oh man, you been feeding on the rock, girl? Nah, baby, I don't sell none of that no more.
Smoking some crystals, eh?
Got some crazy eyes on you. Believe me, I don't have to see the freeze-dried ice cream to know a space cadet when I see one.
Ah, the languages that they use as well. It's like so unapologetically like drug slangy. I love it. That and when you like get to Hollywood and you're like retrieving that tape and they're like, are you a 5-0? And being European and more importantly being Lithuanian, so English is not even my first language. I had no idea that 5-0 meant police. Like, I had literally half of the speech. You end up like not even understanding as a kid. You probably 10-year-olds shouldn't be playing Bloodlines now that I think about it. I was a special kind of kid. Don't mind me. But and then when you like come in and you're like, they were speaking about drugs so unapologetically. But I have so many loot cakes to fatten you.
Hey, so you like to pipe. Didn't say I wouldn't sell you nothing. Chill. Peep this gear I got.
I feel like a stone in a sinner store. Yeah, like, the thing is, I couldn't even authentically get Bloodlines in Lithuania. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like in any kind of game stores. The Sims was, World of Warcraft was, Bloodlines definitely wasn't. So I had to ask my mother to order it for me from Amazon. Together with Annie Rice books. And I was completely red when I asked that, because I think in my child's mind, I knew that this was something fairly inappropriate, that I probably shouldn't be playing. But I did anyway. I don't know why my parents agreed. I'm glad that they did. I also had Oblivion. I had like 3 games. The Sims 2, Oblivion, and Bloodlines for the most part. I'm gonna take armor. I'm just gonna buy a couple of bits of bullets, nothing else, because I don't want to overspend money. I just want to trigger his side quest.
Baby girl!
Oh, are you not gonna trigger your side quest? Where you're like, I don't know why you're buying all of this? Okay, I'm gonna buy this.
Say now, Wonder Girl, seeing the kind of commando gear you been stocking up on, you ain't just using that stuff for keeping the neighbors away from your shit, is you?
What of it, fat man?
Wow, that's your business, okay. I just figured somebody
Elder
with shopping
Scroll.
lists like yours might be up for a little action czar, alright?
I really like Oblivion. Honestly, graphically it's worse than Skyrim. And mechanically it's worse than Morrowind. And it's probably one of the blander settings for Elder Scrolls. But because it was my first Elder Scrolls, I love it so much! I can do the Nirn root quest where you just collect like 68 pieces of the same plant, for fuck's sake. Always. Like, I can just be like, yay, let me go make a new character and go collect some plant. Like, I don't know why it works. Yes.
Yo, I need a hardcore pimp killing Cleopatra Jones for a supersized skull. Straight up Foxy Pam Grier style. Still with me?
I am still standing here.
Yo, here's what's going down. I got a tip that the Chinatown Tone and some local boys are meet down at a nearby parking garage to carry out a business deal.
Business deal?
Now, I can't tell you what they is exchanging, but
What
let's
they is
just say
exchanging?
a certain client of mine is ready to drop some Uncle Sam-sized
Crap,
bucks to
no.
acquire what's in briefcase number 1.
Stop
You
right
get
there,
it
you
for me.
criminal
I'ma not
scum!
only give you a cut, but I'll roll out my special stock as well. Now, how that sound?
I am your action figure.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Now, if you're the straight-out hard-boiled Terminator type,
I am a
suggest you buy
straight-out
some
hard-boiled
firepower when you
Terminator
roll up to the
type.
parking garage. You need anything?
No, my greatest weapon is knowledge, which I have none considering that I'm doing a no XP and no leveling. Well, I'm doing a no leveling run. I can still earn XP, I just can't spend it. And laser beam eyes. Be back soon. I'm gonna say that my greatest weapon is actually confidence. Now, keeping that weapon in mind, I will want to snack on this dude because we are gonna be sneaking through 4 levels with Obfuscate because I'm lazy. It's gonna be a long trek down. I wanna bring some blood for it. I have no delusions of grandeur, probably. Mostly. By which I mean, I don't think I can take down 4 levels of dudes on no XP. I think it would be a lot more beneficial for me to just kind of crawl through. So that's what we're gonna do. Time to start the crawling! Yes, I have. A very long time ago, mind you. It's still on my YouTube channel, but you're gonna meet, like, Mirta that was in her teens. Mirta now is in her 30s. That kinda says a lot. I'm actually really surprised. I I think I do okay at persevering in video games. I don't suppose I could actually just like maybe assassinate one. Just let me eat you. I just want to refill my blood so that I can continue going downwards. You looked very conveniently placed. I didn't want to lose on that opportunity. It seems it's okay. You somehow did not alert your buddies. You guys probably shout, "Hey, stop, man," for fairly, like, a lot at each other. Shouting, "I'm getting murdered, help," would have probably been better. But who am I to tell you how to live? It's your choice. I'm gonna try not to cheat. Aha, we're gonna be going down there. You see how much blood it's taking me to like progress through a singular staircase? This guy just seems so incredibly well positioned that I really, really, really want to eat him. I don't wanna. I'm lazy. It means finding the ventilation. Going places. Ah. Well, I can just obfuscate. I'm like this in other games that I play as well, to a point where in my Guild Wars it became a meme that one of the initiations into officer role, and I'm also an officer in the guild, but like one of the initiations into the officer role should be taking Mirta to a training dummy and trying to teach her how to play a class. My most used build is a Core Guardian build, which is, I like to call it the bonk bonk build, which honestly sounds kind of inappropriate and people laugh at that too. But it's a one button build. You just turn on auto attack and you go. That's the only button that you press. So I'm lazy. I don't like doing a lot when I can do a little. The heck is that? Oh, it's like a stereo. Well, I don't need it. You guys can keep your loot. Ain't I nice? There's no, like, conveniently positioned dude for eating over there, which is a shame. This should be level 4. I do want to eat somebody. I don't think that eating this guy from the front will work very well, though. New patrols. I don't like that they're standing in groups normally. Like, see these two guys? They're just... At the very least, they're like staring in the same direction. But I still don't like it. I hate when the golf club gang terrorizes LA. Don't you? Maybe I could eat you. Screw it. Not eating you guys. At least not yet. I might eat you later. So we're gonna save. We're gonna hope that we're stealthy enough. We are somehow. Ooh. I'm just gonna sit over here and eat the survivors, if that's okay with you. Somebody has to survive, right? It's only logical that there tend to be like at least one winner in fight outs like these. Look, beggars can't be choosers. I'll eat Swiss cheese. It's fine with me. I was about to say, I think that side over there will lose because they have terrible aim, but this side over here also has terrible aim. I do appreciate whatever the heck this is, though. It's like a shootout of 3 people. Four people. Three people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Alright, 5 people. Don't mind the mystery disappearing ammo. It doesn't... It's totally fine. I don't think I ever had problem keeping her alive. Can I has? Oh, I can has. That's very nice. Thank you for giving me a weapon. I appreciate it. I want to eat at least one more guy. Don't know how many guys there is in here. A couple. Enough for me to eat. Thank you for the tasties. I must get going now. I simply can't stay. I'm sorry. Have a tight schedule. They're expecting me in the museum. You know, I promised LaCroix to go on that school trip to the museum. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't abandon that. It's my responsibility. I don't know how empty or full the rest of the place is. Pretty empty from the looks of it. Yeah, most of them like went to have like a fight out at the bottom. When I stole the briefcase. And they were like, what the fuck? Weren't you supposed to bring the briefcase? This must be a setup. Pew 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 pew! Nah, I just stole the briefcase. I was like 4 dudes left alive after that. I kinda took that number down to 2. Sure, they'll be fine. 2 is more than enough amount of guys to have when you want a personal army. I suppose it depends how well you invested their stats. What if they're like 2 really OP guys? That's better than a whole bunch of really shit guys, right? And by having shootouts in the parking lot, surely you just select against those that would have never made it anyway.
Baby girl!
Baby girl! I mean, Fat Larry. I have your clam full of secrets.
Outstanding! Pass it here, girl. Yeah, that's beautiful. Everything looks in order. Somebody somewhere got to be pissed off by losing this.
Pretty sure that they're dead.
Too bad I sent my main girl here after him. All right. Let me peel off a few bills for you. I'll just drop this off to the new owner in the morning. Then I'm gonna get me a big old steak. Not that domestic stuff neither. I'm gonna order up 32 ounces of Kobe beef, the expensive shit. You wanna come? My treat.
You're so friendly, like you have determined that I must be on drugs and you're still offering to take me out for lunch. I reserve my days for the dark dreams of troubled minds.
Yeah, alright then. You're a little pale for me anyway. Say, my girl down in Confession, named Venus Dare. She asking around for someone with skills to... Well, I'll let her tell you. I'll give her a call, recommend you if you're interested.
Ah, I will make a pilgrimage to the goddess temple. We're going to the museum, but I kind of wanted to do that part. I think it went pretty well. I don't know how I managed to do this, but I feel like this run to the museum, not here. I'm just like, this time when I'm playing this game, I'm being the slowest I've ever been. I don't get faster at this game, I get slower. But then again, I'm not spending XP, that would probably make sense. But also, I'm just taking time to stand still. Damned funny. You scared the crap out of the cleaning crew. Now would you put the damned raptor back in its exhibit? Oh, and don't leave your keys lying around or Marshall will fire your ass. Maltesers. The ultimate streaming snack. And this is not sponsored. But if Maltesers would like to sponsor a small streamer, I accept food donations. Ooh, that's locked. Why would you even have a radio in there? I have to assume that somebody must have placed it there. I anticipate trouble in the museum, sauce. Or rather, anticipate some dead guards in the basement. Really? I would have thought that everybody could. I suppose we see a radio and we think music. It's technically it's not incorrect. Radios do make the music sounds. I don't want to use up too much of my blood, so for as much that I can just go on my own, I will. Roll the phones. Ooh, that stairs up. I think that door is permanently shut. I would like everybody to remember this relic of the past. Whoops! Pressed my obfuscate. Oh well. Let's press F for the payphones. Seriously though, they're such a good addition to like public spaces. In case like you get robbed or something. And don't have your phone on you. I'm surprised that that guy was okay with this as he was, because I mean, I was just really going foot in foot with him. That is an excellent use for a Twitter. I found one in my town that was like already out of commission because it didn't have the speaky part. And I don't know if you know, but it's hard to do a speaky with no speaky part. Where does this go? What's this? Wi-Fi hotspot. It just don't work. That's where it came from. That is a tile. That's probably where I'm going. Don't mind me! Don't want to obfuscate too much. Whew. Okay, that was stressful. I thought you could notice me, but you didn't. You're a good boy like that. Aha! Ooh! Dork! Jan found them buried in the sofa downstairs and turned them into the lost and found. Stop leaving your damned keys all over the place, or next time, I'm demanding a finer's fee. JJ. Ooh, it's definitely October. I mean, we could have figured that out from like that Huijin males in, how's it called? Santa Monica. Why did I want to say Strange Town? But in Santa Monica, because those are dated, so we can sort of figure out when this is happening. But it's a nice touch that you like come into the museum and it outright says October. Hey guys, if their year progression worked the same way as our year progression, that would mean that the vampire that we're playing would have now turned 20 years old as a vampire. I really like knockoff cola. Actually, I just like having a lot of snack and drink. There are days when my stomach's really bad and I can't eat much. Oh, I went invisible just at the right time. You okay there, buddy? You seem a bit wobbly. Did you take something in order to be able to work this night shift? Because you kinda, you know, you look as if you did. Oh shit, I forgot to talk to Pisha. Well, never mind, I suppose. You can probably still recover the thing that she wants from the museum and then just, you know. I should probably not go for that book. I was all like, free money, but that's a lot of work. For money that might not actually, like, pay off. I don't actually like being the bad guy. So if I can't just, like, not eat guards, I'd rather not eat guards. That's why I'm sneaking around like this. Marshall changed the code again. He is on such a power trip. I think you're right. He managed to send it to everyone but you. Again, not that you ever check your mail anyway. The code is 2358. You owe me lunch. That really sounds like some sort of, you know, office politics where they're like specifically don't like you and you in particular. So 2358. But first, we have other places to visit. Like here. Ah, workroom key. And then also let's go for Keisha's statuette. Okay, I'm kind of glad that I was correct that it wasn't this way because honestly I did not know. I was nearly caught by that camera. Not today! Let's just try and not kill anybody. You're making this extra hard, just an FYI. There we go. Two, 3, 5, 8, go! Go, go, go! That guy, like, literally walked into me. And was like, this is fine. There's something underneath my foot that I can't pass. But it's fine. There's a guy over there. No, it must have been the wind. No, we're not accepting that. I am not killing anyone, not today. I might need to eat Pisha's scared guy later, so I'll lose humanity there. I don't want to lose any humanity in advance. I remember these piles of boxes actually having something over here. I don't know why. It's honestly too dark for me to tell anyway. Would have assumed that they would have placed something over there.
I can't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull. I am an archaeologist. So I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation.
Did you stare at the box? Sometimes I stare at things for hours.
Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk.
The G word makes my thoughts frighten. What is it?
Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies.
I swear I already asked somebody about Gehenna.
Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree.
I want to disagree with you, but I don't know.
As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf ears.
I hate how my mind goes to such random friggin' places whenever I'm playing video games. Like, I'm talking to Beckett, my brain just goes with, he has such patable cheeks! Mostly because he has, like, very prominent cheekbones, like, right here. And I really want to squish them. And I know that it will feel like bone, but there's just something about that skin texture that just... it's squishable. It isn't, but still. And the Dark Father, where is he?
Cain, who I assume you mean, is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kind coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time.
I'm also just now noticing that his skin is higher detailed than his shirt, to a point where his shirt looks blurry to me. I'm just gonna assume that I'm a really bizarre version of short-sighted. I want to hear more stories about the Thin Kindred.
Thin bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response, don't you think?
I don't think very often, no. Tell me the other signs so that I can peel my eyes.
What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of thin bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route.
Your stories are a buffet for my mind. How long did it take for you to prepare the feast?
For 300 years I've been trying to determine the function of our existence, the kindred's role in the world. I'm not content to attribute it to some act of supernatural biblical vengeance. We exist for a reason, and if it takes another 300, I'll figure it out. Any thoughts?
Okay, I'm not re-rolling that. I was trying so hard to avoid any kind of accidental stat increase, but if Beckett's gonna grant me brain power, I suppose let it be. I have no idea what he granted me to begin with. I was just having a conversation. Not on purpose. Somebody had to drink the blood of the living.
Can't say I've heard that one before.
Well, someone's gotta do it. Look at my head nod. I can do this until I fall down.
Remember, the truth won't be told in time. It will be told by us. Well, my work here is stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
I'm sorry, that was an entirely new line from you. I've normally never gotten this, probably because I have not played Malkavians enough. So long, whoever you are. I mean, he did introduce himself to us as Beckett before. So, we should know him. Now, what did you increase? Research. Ah, persuasion of 2 and research of... We're still not reading any books. Now I'm tempted. It's technically we can. We're not gonna. We're not gonna. No, we're not gonna. This is half for me and half for me, because I'm gonna convince me we're not reading any books. Before we go and report to LaCroix, let's come in here. Unfortunately, we'll drop my humanity by 1, but what can you do? I'm gonna eat that guy. And then let's, you know, find Pisha and give her the totem that we just picked up from the museum. I'm gonna blame Malkavian Insight.
Help me! Help me! It's got them. It's coming for me now. It's coming for me.
You're tangled in fear, little fly. Did you see the Black Widow?
Black Widow. Black Widow. Spiders. Spiders and flies. Spiders and flies. No, it was out of nowhere.
For one, so unlike a whale, you blubber well. Right, you stand still, and I'm gonna do this. Thank you. That was great standing. Wait, no humanity loss? Oh my god. Did we understand that it's bad for the Masquerade and that he must die? Was that a glitch? I don't know, but I'm taking it. I like it when I get to keep my humanity. I don't want to be inhuman, to be fair. I like being fairly human as a vampire. Which reminds me... Oh, it's so cool because those cameras are actually like transmitting live. So when you find the camera, you can actually like pick it up and bring it with you and it will actually show that view. Which reminds me, I'm gonna be playing another V20 game. For at least a little bit. Between the break and my V5 game. And it's gonna be a Sabat game and I'm gonna be a Salubri. Just push the camera somewhere in here. I don't show up on cameras, interesting. But I can't see the monitor. I'm just eternally blessed with being half non-existent. Perfect. Maybe my Malkavian mind is erasing my own visage. Yes. Which reminds me, we have a pair of clothes that we have not been wearing. Oh, armor rating +1 and we don't lose dexterity yet. Cool. And I get to walk around with my fabulous butt cheeks out. What else do you want? That's the only thing you should ever desire in life. To let your butt cheeks hang low. And free. Free the butt cheek. Okay, this is freaking really dark. Where the hell am I? Huh? Let me out. Is this where I came in? Is this where I come out? I don't know. I hope that this is where I come out because that was very, very, very dark. Not very nice. I don't personally like it to be this dark. There is a way to actually run this game with an Intel GPU with environments that look a bit more normal and a bit like less dark in places. It is to emulate it through Vulkan. But I'm not gonna be doing that because for the most part this game works just fine. It's just that sometimes it's a bit darker than normal and there was that one visual glitch that looked weird.
Real terror is not the sight of death. It is the fear of death. What is the fear of death? Terror of the unknown. Is it these eyes you peer into? No. I am not the unknown. You and I are closer kin than you and it were.
Must the Black Widow devour the whole fly?
Child of Malkav, you should understand better than any other the debilities of some of these bloodlines. A spider? No, they drink only blood. My own condition is more like the mantis. I must also eat the flesh of these kind to survive.
Black Widows weave tangled webs in the dark. How do I address you, Widow?
My birth name I tell no one. You may address me as Pisha. Pisha was the name of my companion and lover in a time before my death, 230 years ago. She has no need of it anymore.
Why did you build your web here, Widow?
My stay in this city is transitory. I seek relics of the occult traced here and would trade similar artifacts to acquire them. But if you wish to bargain with me, the kind upstairs must be sent down here. He has seen too much.
I'm sorry, I ate him.
The kind's fate was sealed the moment he entered. Do not waste time debating the morality.
Understood. Tell me more of the prizes I can win.
Yes, I am searching for 2 items I have tracked to this area. One, I believe, may be in one of the local museums. I have not yet searched them all.
Same.
The other I believe to be in the Giovanni's possession, though I have not confirmed it. For these items, I will exchange items of similar worth.
I will make this trade. Tell me about the museum prize.
A fetish is described in a 19th century chronicle of a British platoon's encounter with a local tribe. Soldiers would go missing in the night and be replaced by these fetishes. It may be valuable to my studies.
Yes, I have the shrunken man.
Yes, this is genuine and of use to me. There is something resonating from it. A whisper. I will give you this in trade. It is known as the Odious Chalice. It swells with spilled blood and offers its bloat to its owner.
Perfect. It's an oily tangle of fleshy blasphemy. Thank you. Another question.
Yes.
Does the widow wish to trap death in her web?
Death is the ultimate dilemma, and integral to the beliefs and behavior of every culture. Life is bore on the corpses of the dead. Without death, there would be no motivation to accomplish anything. The only emotion would be existing. Life would be pestilent and agonizing.
Life of a Black Widow bores me. I'm gone. I have more important things to analyze than death. Like sarcophagi and the prince. Let's give one good old analysis of the prince. Really? Thank you. Sheesh. Wasn't doing that whole run again, you know. I have the prince, and there's the plague bearers. And there's that funny building next to... How are they called? The last round? I'm gonna leave all of the missions that are to do with the nightclub for last. And possibly next session, depending on how far we get. Mainly because it is the club music that always gets me in copyright trouble, and I would love to have a video that I don't need to contest.
Oh, excuse me, starting to doze off there. Oh, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey always gets his man.
You are the monkey in this case, you know? LaCroix mutters my name perturbedly.
What? Oh. Yeah, Mr. LaCroix's expecting you. For a young guy, he sure likes to work late. Me, I spent most of my youth in the entertainment industry. Yeah, I guarded the sets for over 6 top 10 TV shows.
We will converse in the moon's later light. Goodbye. Ooh, okay. Let's not moon ourselves with pretty lights, nor with our own ass. What are we looking at? Can I join you? Is it fun? You know you're very reflective. Like, the only lights in here are fairly, like, warm and yellow. And while that moon is huge, it's not like it is shining a beacon of light directly on you. But you're currently very shiny. Did you notice that? Or was it just me? Anyway, you come here often. Do you enjoy the window gazing? Do you like the view? You know, it would really suck to live in here because I bet you anything they're not allowed to open these windows because it's too high up. I hate not being able to let in fresh air. Anyway, hi.
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what
you're still kind of glowy.
Behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one. And that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye.
Does morphine blood make you light up blue? Like, yeah, the light indoors actually is for me kind of yellowy and warm, like orangey. Like the old light bulbs used to be. While the outdoors, it's as if somebody is like shining a very like intense light directly on him through the window, like with a flashlight or with a big flashlight. That's not the moon. The moon's not even at the right angle and it shouldn't be producing that much light. Oof. Oh no. LaCroix and Ning Zhao got it on and now LaCroix is blue and glowing. And the Jester's hat, don't forget that.
Then you can join the crows on the fence after we're done here. The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head that will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office?
that he just threatened me and then also called me promising attendant. It must really suck to have someone that's like... I don't actually... It's kind of surprising to me that he wouldn't like try to execute me on the spot for some shit that I say, which means that he kind of has to just stand there and take it. It was stolen, but there were lots of dinosaurs, so I had fun.
Stolen? Stolen? How? Who would... Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated
Treasonous
your treachery,
maggot.
sewer rat.
Me too! Who's Gary?
The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake.
But...
I want him found. I want him... found. The sarcophagus could be... exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands...
When your prince is so inconsistent word to word, no wonder Grout was having bad fifis about him. Find the dead man, then an old box, now a Gary. It's like a scavenger hunt.
The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless, he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him to talk. That sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort her out.
I was gonna stand in here for a long while and do the window gazing with you. Oh, Mimi. It doesn't want me to window gaze. What a mean man. So, I'll have to go to Hollywood. But first, there's a quest in Confession, then there's also Patty in Confession, if I remember correctly. We're gonna do a hard save just in case. So we're leaving Confession for later. Then there's the Plague Bearer. Let's deal with the Plague Bearer. Yeah. That sounds about right. Where am I going? There's a pole. Yeah, actually, there is a pole inside my house. Well, not quite. He lives on a different level than me. But that was one of the ways of getting to the Plague Bearers. Yeah. Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go home and then I'm gonna climb from there because normally there's a guy guarding the basement and he kinda gets pissed off if you go in there. Probably with good reason. Maybe.
I went fishing today, and I caught a big one. Can you hear him flopping around the bathroom? That's how you can tell he's fresh.
I love coming home to find dinner waiting. Thank you, my pet.
I already tasted him. He's delicious. You'll love him.
Oh, wow. I mean, good luck with that. You probably run more often than just once in forever, so that probably doesn't seem so bad to you. It smells delicious. So anyway, how did you taste them? impressive. Hats off to you. Hello, fish.
Hey, what the hell is this shit? Let me out, goddammit. I'll kill that crazy bitch.
Didn't she like suck you off or something? You'll do no such thing.
As soon as I get out of here, I'm calling the goddamn cops. Let's see what they think of this, huh? I'll have them lock up both your asses.
Maybe I could use a drink. Yeah, I could use a drink.
What the hell does that mean? Wait, why are you looking at me like that? Hey!
Come here. Got a secret to tell you. Oh god. That is a lot. To compare my physical activity levels, I go for a walk once a week. Right. I completely forgot that I was gonna like leave through the grates and climb up and down. I think Paul is one level above me. Oh right, that's still my room. Okay.
Hi, Paul. It's Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
See how you are. I hope I didn't give you what I've got. I feel like crap. Actually, I need to ask you a favor. Could you pick me up some cold medicine at the store? I hate to bother you, but I can't seem to get out of bed. The code on my door is 1203. Hey, listen, I had a really good time the other night. Maybe we could do it again sometime. Sorry, I'm rambling. Okay, bye.
Hear that, Paul's ghost? You can get it on with your girlfriend. Poor Paul didn't like complain or anything. He just keeled over and died. So 1203, eh? Actually, I don't know. Would it... Is it better to just keel over and die? I mean, it has to be relatively less torturous than living for a long time and while dying. Probably. But at the same time, he had like a good thing going for him with like his girlfriend and everything. I did not know that she had a safe key over there. Thanks, insight. I can't believe that with 5 insight, I'm still getting insight into things. Thought I would surely be out-leveling that by the end of Santa Monica. Yeah, you cough. I'm just gonna check the environment.
Hey, you're not Paul. Who are you? What are you doing in here?
Paul was blinded by the light.
What? Who are you? I'm gonna call the police.
Donut lovers! Disease! I need the answers in your favored mind, little fly.
What? You son of a... son of a bitch. You get the hell out of here. I don't have to take... Oh god. Oh god. I can't breathe. Help.
It looks like we wait for the next life. Farewell, little fly. At least you died in your own bed. Anyway, you don't need that. And I need this. Yay. This looks like a standard appointment book. On the 5th of September, Arthur Kilpatrick. Meet Arthur at his place in Santa Monica. Remember to bring the handcuffs and the orange jumpsuit, as he likes to play lockdown at the women's prison. This guy is sick. At the 7th of September, Vandal scene, 7:30 at the blood bank. Bring pliers and the blowtorch. 12th of September. David Hatter, room 413 at Lucky Star in Hollywood. Likes the weird umbrella and water balloon thing. 15th of September. Simon Milligan, downstairs in his room. God, I hate that guy. 17th of September. Jezebel Locke, new client, responded to my ad in the paper. She has a suite at the Empire Hotel. I don't know what to think of this one, but there's something about her. Her voice, I don't know. She's offering big bucks, so I guess I can't pass it up. 20th of September. Paul Anderson, an honest-to-God date. I can't believe you asked me out. I'm so excited. So, you actually lived for about a month after contracting the disease. Well, that's impressive. Color me impressed. Anyway, we have one Jezebel Locke to find. But also, I kind of want to climb down to see what other apartments have. I so did not know that you can just find the keys to her safe. I like money. In real life and in game. If I had infinite money, I would actually start a head accessory collection. I think I'm okay on clothes for the most part. Of course, I'm never gonna like refuse more dresses and stuff, but I have enough to wear for now. I'm dressed. Nothing's falling apart too badly just yet. And I tend to patch things when they are, until they completely fall apart, and that's when they make me very sad. And for now, I'm not sad, I'm good. Right, this was an entirely normal place with the safe in it. I don't know the code of the safes, we're just gonna continue going. But I have like a pair of horns. And I have like a church veil. And I have a hat. But I don't really have anything else. I would love like a crown, maybe some wigs. It would be so much fun.
I do hope you realize that we're still on for tonight. Meet me at the agreed upon location across from the bar by the underpass. Bring your associate, Mr. Durbin, as it is a two-man job that I am proposing. With any luck, the two of you are already on your way, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye! So that's good. You have a very trashy place. Right, thankfully that is an advanced book, so even though Mr. Beckett imparted on us some knowledge when we didn't want to have any, still can't read it. I don't think that research and persuasion 2 changes all that much in this game. Not when you're out of Santa Monica already anyway. I think this is the camera guy's room. It's funny. Oh, I'll take the photo. If I didn't have to like worry about money, I don't think my life would change all that much because I don't really want to specifically move. This house that we currently have is of decent size. It's an apartment, but there's a bedroom. I have this room for myself. I'm very comfy in it. I painted the walls. I'm gonna be painting the bathroom sometime soon. But anyway, I like it. I wouldn't want to leave it. Moving is a pain anyway. So unless I could like have some sort of hut that's like really like close to like large foresty area, or you know, a lot of fields and nature reserves and more than there is here, because I can easily access a a nature reserve that's right next to farms. So at some points I even go and photograph the horses. Kind of hate that the farms are like wired off and you can't go in there because there's quite a lot of like fields. But they're not accessible for anyone that doesn't own that plot. And then on the other side, there's like a full foresty woods thing, which has like a walkable lake. So I feel like I'm blessed for the amount of nature things that are kind of close to me. If I decided to go to a different place from my house, excuse me, mouse, you okay? Then there's like a lake for fishing. That's why I don't tend to go there, because there's like a ticket booth in front of the lake. It's mostly just, you know, used for fishing. There's also a graveyard, but you can't really... It has work hours and it has like people patrolling it, so it's not as calm as I like my graveyards to be. That sounds really morbid, but I like taking pictures. So when I take a walk, I tend to take like kind of like a lot of nature pictures. Just taking some aesthetic pictures of random people's gravestones would be pretty swell. But I am a very socially shy person, so no way am I doing that. So yeah, there's quite a lot of like nature spots, but like if you offered me a place with even more nature spots, I would consider it. But it still has to be close enough to reality. The rest of the world, that A, I can get good internet, B, I can get delivery services, including food delivery, C, I can access a store on foot, and D, there's medical and dentist services. That's kind of what I need. So like, I'm living in a quote-unquote village, but the people density in here is like really high, and there's, I think, like full-on several hundred thousand people. I think my area alone is like 50,000 people? Like, it's a big place. If I dropped to a place that had maybe like 5,000 people, that would be a bit more ideal, if you ask me. So if I had infinite money, that's kind of what I would look like. But I wouldn't like really want to up my life all that much. I would just feel a bit more free to like have expenditures. Like, imagine if I could put £100 towards really random shit a month. Like candles, wigs, painting supplies, like anything I want. £100 towards games. Once again, like if I just see something on Steam, like whatever, or like a new release happens, like I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, grab it. And then like £100 towards like, I don't know, clothes and makeup or whatever, and like have 300 expendable pounds a month. That would like be total freedom. It would. Because right now, like, we're living from savings, which means that I can't get anything without feeling guilty that I got it. Because that thing could have, you know, gone towards the bills. So like, whenever I get me that one game a year, I'm like, oh my god, I spent £30, and I wish that wasn't there. But that's like, that's my version of infinite money. I don't need a lot. I legitimately don't need a lot in life. If I could just achieve that, I would be very happy. I would just have a happy time. That's all I need. Anyway, it's kind of nice that we don't even need to talk to anybody. Like, I kind of know where I'm going. I think, yeah, this is the right way. Good. Because for a second I thought that maybe I wanted the floor with the Russian guys. No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Who do we have here? Are you a believer, little morsel? Have you come for the kind of enlightenment only Jezebel can give?
It's like when you squeeze yourself a lot for a very long period of time. If normal life was just like something that we would eventually like achieve, me and my husband, we might do, maybe, hopefully. it honestly just sounds pretty good to me. Like, what else do you need? You know? You have freedom to engage in your hobbies, you have nature to go outside, you have like food to buy, and like you have medical and dental well, it's good. Like, you would be sad. It would be ideal. I can't read that. I don't know if you know that you have your Russian keyboard on. Okay, you guys can discuss whatever that is. Are you the Wicked Queen?
Queen. Ah, yes. I am Jezebel. Jezebel Locke.
But I don't
You are
speak
Malkavian,
Russian.
are you not? Speaking in twisted riddles, your eyes dancing with visions they don't understand. Won't you dance
Okay.
with Jezebel, little morsel?
I'd rather pierce my tongue with a barbed wire, if I'm honest.
Oh, come on now. Don't deny yourself the pleasure of Jezebel's talents. Just a few more steps, and we can be enveloped by the sweet
You're not
darkness,
wrong.
become slaves to the desires of our wasted
But from
flesh.
purely sound, because, you know, my country's close to Russia, which means that Russian, like, happen around a lot. I just never learned it. Like, my grandparents knew it. My mother knew it. And they were, like, very pissed off that I didn't take it as my secondary language in school. But, just from, like, being around Russian, I think what the guy guarding Boris's door says actually makes legitimate sense. In the language that he speaks. I thought about like picking up another language because I technically only have two, like Lithuanian and English. But the issue with another language is that you absolutely have to use it or it disappears. The only reason why Lithuanian hasn't disappeared for me is because every week I still talk with my grandma. So I can't really think of a third language that I would engage in like constantly because my media tends to be in English, my videos tend to be in English, my news sources tend to be in English. If I want a different news source, I can like go with Lithuanian. I would like legitimately need to pick up something where their media I love so much that I would be like listening to it and engaging in it all the time. Anyway, just so that whatever I'm picking up doesn't just like disappear. I forgot my damn it!
Oh, you cannot escape me, little morsel. One way or another, you and I will intertwine our beings on the way into the ninth circle, and I will send you forth, full of the sweet sickness I carry.
You know, as long as you're still learning, don't think that there is such a thing as too slow. As long as it's like sticking in your brain. The issue with German when I was in school was that I liked German superficially because I liked Rammstein. And we had some relatives in Germany, so I visited Germany like a few times. But I was otherwise not really engaged with German, so with schoolwork, I tried my damnedest to learn it for school, but it still like completely evaporated off my brain case. So even when I was learning it, I didn't really feel like I was really absorbing the language. And by the time that I graduated from high school, it went poof. You know, I don't know if that would have been beneficial if the Russians themselves thought that you went insane. Anyway, I shall rain death upon you, Dark Queen.
Hey, stop right there.
Ah! Don't corner me. Let's test the weapons that we got, shall we? Because we have 5 ranged. Otherwise, I could fist you. But I don't feel like fisting you right now. I think you might enjoy getting fisted, which is a problem. I feel like I'm sort of better shot than you are. Which with 5 ranged, I probably am. If there was one stat that I wish Beckett added to it, it would have been ranged. Where are you going? Excuse me, I'm reloading. Can you not? Thank you. Oh. I mean, the legitimately on threats entirely depends on, you know, how capable those people are for getting to you. I had a guy that would like send me constant rape and death threats, and he's even in the same like country as me, and that went on for months. But he is too lazy to honestly even travel to a town that I'm in and to try like to properly search for me. So his threats have exactly no basis. ABC, always be closing. Well, we ain't gonna be closing anything, but we will be selling these books for extra cash. Oh, she's done. She has been sufficiently fried. Now, I still have the guy in the sewers, and then we have the guy inside the plague house. Ground floor, please. Thank you. Let's now go to the bar and be like, "Yay, we did it!" And then they will be like, "You totally did not!" And then we'll be like, "Oh." But if I remember, the people, the homeless people, are kind of close to the bar. So it's fine. Everything moves in that direction. It's very convenient. Hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop. Hello.
Baby girl.
I do want bullets.
You know I got what you need.
The shopping cart is empty. Do I have things for you? A prescription bottle, a golden ring, a watch, a morphine bottle, have a couple of stereos. Books, because I don't actually know how to read. Just don't ask. I'll grab some bullets. There we go. Be cool. Cool. Now, I just wanna go to the bar. Woo! Woo! I for some reason expected the Tremere region to be over here, but he's a bit further down. Suppose he really wouldn't want to be here. Far too dark and grimy for him. And then we have that Milton meeting over here. So let's go and witness it in all of its glory. I am really surprised at how well this year this game is handling long sessions, because previously it would have already spawned every possible furniture item in here. Yes, just one ordinary stalker, please. Don't death threat me. It's, I don't know, stay outside my house and stare through the bushes. Creepily.
Did you see it?
No!
He done tore him up, right in two, ripped him apart like a rag doll.
Open to me the movie in your mind.
These two guys, the dead guy and the other, they showed up. I've been living here, so I hid. I thought maybe they was owners or cops come to clean the place out.
I'm slowly getting mesmerized by those two ropes that are just doing the swingity-swooty in the background. Look at how slow they move. And they were still like doing the swingity-swooty. I also like the effect on the windows. It's nice. Anyway, who was the homeboy of the headless one?
A dead feller called him Muddy.
Tell me of the dirty deeds of Muddy and his headless henchman.
They was waiting on someone. They're going to do some kind of job, they were saying. But the person they was meeting, well, he was late. So the one guy leaves to find the phone and call him, and the dead guy stayed. Oh, that's when the killer, that's when he showed up.
Ah, the shadow-clothed killer stepped from his dark domain.
1 second he wasn't there, and then he was. Like out of the shadows he come up. Scared the shit out of the dead guy. I'd like to scream, but I couldn't breathe.
A booze-laden breath may have been your death.
Oh, that killer, he grew these claws.
That rhymed.
I saw it. The dead guy went white like he seen the devil, and then the killer grabbed him round the neck and lifted him up and started cursing at the guy.
What words from this dark devil?
Oh, I couldn't hear too good. Something about revenge for what he did or what they did. The killer made sure the dead guy knew who he was and then ripped him open. Just tore him apart. He did it real slow and made the guy scream.
Did the Muddy return to these quarters?
No, he never come back.
I'm no longer here. I suppose I'm not even like warning him not to violate the masquerade. I'm like, oh yeah, you go girl, go share that everywhere. Make it a campfire story. What is, oh okay, that's a barrel. Thought it might have been another corpse because it looked kind of red. Let me up, thank you. Don't want to get burned. Lucky star room key. And loot. Where's your head? Here's your head. I wanna do this. Ah! Ooh, there's no roof on this thing. Huh. That seems like a pretty bad place to hide from the weather. Okay, that did not work out. But anyways, the basket cheered at us. That's all that matters. That's all I wanted to hear today. Have like one nice, good cheer. And it did. The basket did cheer at me.
I got big plans.
I'm sure you do. Go and have your big plans. Oh shit, I forgot that this is also a bar and gonna play music at me. Quick!
What did you just say? Ugh, Candy.
Paul is dead. It is not a rumor.
We told him to burn the blood and go to the hospital. Said he thought he'd get over it. Men are stubborn that way. Just proves the plague bearer's gotta be found.
The carrier pigeon is extinct.
Right on. Except we dusted a second one over near the convention center. They're part of some doomsday cult, apparently. No telling how many there are, but it's open season on all these sick sons of bitches.
More pigeons for this cat to catch. I begin my prowl. Shush music. I will have to deal with copyright claims later. Ah, I hate it. You know, as someone that streams, okay, I don't actually know to come over here, so that's probably a bad idea, but as someone that streams, one thing that I really, really want for everybody to do is when they get music into the game, to make sure it is stream-friendly music, as in not the kind of music that's gonna get me in trouble with the copyright. And some games, last round, tanked. 9th Throck vodka, get tanked. Vote Robert Doom. He likes puppies, apparently. That's such a great campaign. A lot of games nowadays, it is nice that they do this, but still, they're like a streamer mode possible. And it just will disable any non-stream friendly music. But in some titles, like for example, The Sims 4, that's like majority of the soundtrack. That is so useless. Just like properly commission your songs, bro. Anyway.
What? Get away from me. Leave me alone.
No. I need to know of the disease that haunts the homeless.
Oh, you do? Well, I don't believe you. You're after my aluminum cans, aren't you? Well, you're not gonna get them. Just get away.
Will $10 lube your lungs?
Ah, okay. Alls I know is that old Tin Can Bill. He's been jabbering about some kind of monster that took him somewhere and got him sick. And that's all I know, okay? And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like, it's pretty crap because on YouTube I constantly have to be like, hey, it's part of a game. I'm talking over it. It's in this one bit. It's like less than 1% of my video. What am I even supposed to do about this? Like, let's just let it through. And then some of the soundtracks are legitimately like, this blocks your video in all countries. And you're like, just what? Excuse me? And then you dispute it. And even if you win the dispute, some couple years later, they were like, again! And then you can either dispute again, or you can just go, fuck it, I don't care about a 2-year-old video. And that's what I do on a lot of my really old videos. Like today I've gotten like a copyright notification on a video that I made like, what, 4 years ago in 2020. And I'm like, I really can't be bothered disputing it. It has like 80 views. I have like not a friggin' clue why it even popped back up again. Yep. Where is this man of the cans?
Well, you can usually find him down in his alleyway, just across from that bar over there.
Farewell, my bedraggled beauty. He'll die soon enough. I like how that path is blocked by a...
Go away.
Like, truck, just like we saw, until we talk to her, and then the truck just goes poof! Skybox is really beautiful. I don't know what else to like say, like it's just so pretty. That moon is so huge. I'm slightly worried about the sky being red sometimes, but that moon is so huge. Where's Sim? Oh, here's Sim. Yeah, Twitch tends to mute your video, like the parts that had copyrighted content outright. YouTube instead just like either blocks monetization or blocks being able to show the video at all. Annoying either way.
Who's there, huh? Old Bill can't see too good these days. Is that you, Betty? I ain't got no booze tonight, so you may as well get the hell out of here.
And they only block the song if it's like in the proper context. So if I'm playing this game and there's copyrighted music, it will be properly blocked. But if you're like, I don't know, playing a fighting game, which is one of my husband's friends did, and you're playing like tracks of like pop music tracks or like rock tracks or whatever, after having like your game muted, instead of muting the stream, they are gonna issue a ban. So, like, don't do that. Ah, I see you wear the Dark Brother's mark.
Dark Brother? What are you talking about? It's just me, old Tin Can Bill. Now leave an old man alone to sleep in peace. I don't want to be bothered unless you've got a bottle to share.
Tell me of the source of your sickness.
Yeah, I might be able to. But I'm awful thirsty tonight, miss.
You know, you're really lucky because I'm rich.
Down on his luck.
Take your 5 pieces of gold.
Thank you much.
My character has like over $2,000. I don't care about $5.
For medicinal purposes, you know. Now, I know you ain't going to believe old Bill, because I've been telling my friends and the cops and everyone since it happened. And people just say that it's the hooch talking and nothing more.
Your words bear the weight of truth.
It was a monster, you see.
You see?
Monster with his face all twisted.
I see, with all my 2 eyes.
Finger, and these eyes, piss yellow and full of hate. I've never seen eyes like that before. Still giving me bad dreams.
Keep your tongue wagging.
He grabbed me, threw me over his shoulder, took me to the bad place, the dark place. Oh, God, the smell. Worse than anything I've... And then he bit me. My neck. Oh, God, it was horrible. Don't remember too much after that. Blacked out and woke up here in my alley. Haven't been feeling too well since then.
Kinda concerning that his bites were probably actually like painful or something. Where did the bestial brother take you?
Came up through the sewers, he did. Just around the corner there. Don't want to go back to the bad place, friend. Don't let the monster come back and take me there.
The bestial brother will haunt you no more. The bestial brother will pay the price for your puncturing. Kinda shame that we can't just loot his corpse for my 5 buckies, but I'm not that desperate and would probably feel pretty bad. But at the same time, it's not like he's using it. How much do I need to lockpick this? Screw it, I can't even reach that. At most I can reach 4 with blood buff. Hop! And it worked. As a vampire, I have amazing hop abilities. It's like I'm made out of a balloon. Woo! My butt is so round. Hello?
Your way down here, did you? Following the smell of entrails.
Nah, I just talked with the homeless person above.
You little bloodsucker. There's meat galore in my kingdom.
Good for you! Was your head always shaped this way? The bestial brother you are!
Brother Canker, they called me. High Lord in the disease.
High Lord!
Look around you. The blood. The bloated bodies. The maggot-ridden
Hope it's not
mortal
Chris's
shells.
blood.
These are the signs. The coming of a new age.
Why do you prey on society's dregs?
They are the weak, sick, hopeless. I bring them a new purpose. They are the vessels of darkness, carrying the diseased truth in their veins.
You speak of the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle.
The Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle. The darkest dawn is almost upon us. Come, join us in these last nights, spreading our disease upon the earth, sharing this unholy communion with our human herd.
You have a cracked maze of a mind.
The doors have been opened.
That's some
seals
Malkavian
broken,
speaking.
And the final steps into the abyss, the terrible mysteries of the ninth circle.
I will stand no more for the spreading of your sickness.
Come, join the disciples who have gathered here, floating in their own.
He does sound like he had a great time.
I'll show you the mysteries of our brotherhood as I feed on your flesh.
On your flesh! Yes. Well, that's this devilish dervish until you are dead. Anyway, I need my shotgun. I got a shotgun. Who's got a shotgun? It's me. Ow, ow. Please stop. I don't like you chasing me. I like living. You're not very beneficial to that. And if you're asking, yes, it is lagging for me right now. I think my computer doesn't like his swamp. He's a bad Shrek. Ha! I won! Good. Anyway, here's my flyer. Here's my exit. Okay, I need to turn it some more, I think. Yep. Exit. 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 Exit? I heard a clonk. Clonk? Oh, exit. Okay, we good. We're out. I would love to have my fists back, thank you. Ah, yes! Mice! Restore my health pool. Because that did a big hort on me. I didn't like it at all. And next up, I'm gonna be getting into Zombieland. And they're not gonna be very nice. They're gonna be very mean. Very, very, very mean. Micey, 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 mice. This way! Time to leave. Hopefully this is the exit. I don't know. I think it is. Yep. Now to the Plague Palace. Where only the bestest of the best of plague people are. I wonder why is there like a singular red light bulb in here? I mean, there are a couple up there, but I think that's so that the planes don't collide with the buildings. At least that's how it makes sense in my mind. I love the fact that he has his campaign with puppies. Like, look at how nice of a politician I am. I like puppies. Yeah, but you wouldn't like... I don't know what the purpose of the small light at the bottom is, though. Or why is it red? Because non-red, you would be like, oh, it's for lighting. Sir, your flowers have died. Have you noticed?
What's up, sister? You enlightened?
It's not even dried nicely. Hallelujah, brother. I see the light.
I see. Welcome to the Brotherhood. The bishop will see you upstairs.
He will see me and die. Well, I suppose he doesn't care that I just said that. I sound surprisingly, remarkably sane at this point.
Hey, did you get summoned? You're going upstairs to see the bishop.
Summoned?
You're new to the Brotherhood, huh? Just got enlightened. I've been here a few days.
Oh,
when the bishop wants to see you, you'll be summoned, and then you go up these stairs up to the temple.
Tell me of this horrid temple.
I don't know. I mean, I hear things, but I haven't been summoned. I had a friend snuck up there a few days ago. Said she saw things, bad things. Yeah.
Oh. Huh. I thought that they might have been speaking about Grout. Because Grout was the one that just died at that point. What wild visions?
Blood. She said, blood everywhere. She saw a few of the summoned, tried to talk to them, but they just stared at her with these blank looks, you know. One of them started reaching for her, and she ran away.
Soon you will be summoned and revel in these rituals.
Yeah. I know. The bishop said we have to shed our earthly fears on our journey to the ninth circle. But I'm scared to go upstairs. I just want to go home. You know, I want to go home.
Ming Zhao took the appearance of Nines Rodriguez in order to hide the fact that it's Ming Zhao. And officially, if we believe that Grout did not fake his death, then she's the one that killed Grout. And she's in a dealing with LaCroix. And presumably Grout got killed because he was seeing things about LaCroix. And he knew a bit too much because the Smolkavian insights were like telling him things. And LaCroix knew that he knew. Oh. My leaf just decided to fall. I don't like that. Shed your fear. Death has come for the bishop and his brotherhood. I'm gonna go upstairs and murder them all. Okay. Excuse me, coming through. Coming through. I need the room that has a hole. Whatever you do, don't get grabbed, because zombie grabs hurt. That too, for some reason, our LaCroix being actually like really shiny. Now we're looking for, I am assuming the big gate. Yep, here it is.
Welcome, sister. I see you have been enlightened. Are you searching for something? Do you seek the truth? Well, you have come to the right place, sister. We've got more truth here than we can handle. Yeah.
We were considering the theory that Grant might have faked his own death at that point. Ah, the disease-ridden demagogue.
Disease. Sister, you've got to open your mind. One man's disease is another man's sanctity. Here among the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle, we have shared these earthly labels. Come, partake of our divine communion.
I assume that that's entirely a coincidence because Grunfeld Back is just out there hunting vampires. Tell me your name, Plague Bearer.
They call me Bishop Vic, Shepherd of the Damned, your midnight guide through our last days here on Earth. Do you feel it, sister? The curtain being drawn back at last, drawn back by my hand, by the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle.
Do your days also end with Gehenna?
Gehenna? Judgment Day? The apocalypse. Oh, again, sister. You are too indoctrinated into the antiquated beliefs of this material world. There is no rhyme or reason. No all-powerful and terrible gods who watch over their children. You talk of disease. What about the disease that you and I both carry? Our flesh remade into nothing more than an abomination, feeding on our brothers and sisters like so many cattle. What god watched over me when that demon tore into my neck and made me into this monster you see before you? No, sister. There is no god who would tolerate such a thing. And so I have become God. And the diseases I carry to the masses will bring about an end of my own making, until we have all journeyed below into the Ninth Circle.
I mean, look, Jesus can't literally take the wheel, okay, dude? It's your fault that you put yourself in the path of a vampire. Like, don't do that shit. Also, I don't think that back was, like, too convenient, because it could have entirely ruined LaCroix's plan to frame Nines. I mean, that's why she took the Nines disguise to begin with. Oh. I did not realize that he did that. Perhaps this is a party best left to the Plague Bearers.
The time for words has come and gone, my sister.
Hi,
You and I will take those last steps together and see what truth lies behind the curtain. Let the night fall forever on this cursed earth, and let the fruits of my labor bring a long and bloody harvest.
Can't we let words fight this battle? Look, I don't necessarily want words to fight this battle because I have a pretty powerful boomstick that I'm gonna use. You're not hiding very well, you know. Okay, so the issue is I do need to heal. Is anyone still observing me? That guy. Is he directly behind? Yep. Hello. He's directly behind this wall. Can I actually hit you from over here? Because sometimes you poke your weapon out. Did I actually deal damage? gonna try and tell if his health bar moves. Yeah, it does. Imagine death by being hit in the hand. Only have yourself to blame for this one. As all I'm sporting is slightly too many bullets. Torador. Because he's a speedy boy. I assume, at least. He has celerity. And to be fair, he is like charismatic and has started a whole cult, which works. There we go. That was a demise of his own making. Because seriously, what the fuck, my dude? I just shot you in the hand. I'll let you out. Come on. That was an insanely convenient hand placement. Otherwise I was just gonna hide behind the wall in there. Until, like, you know, everything stopped happening. And I didn't even get to do that. Oh, wait, wrong place. I need to report to the bar first. I'll come back for you, buddy. You owe me that item. Ooh, l'opera. It's like opera, except with skeletons with multiple hands, so it seems. Bad music plays, go. Oh, the music's fine, but it copyright strikes. Hi!
Can't.
The king and the carrier pigeons and all the filthy tricks are finally extinct.
You killed all of them? You. So I guess you want me to thank you or something?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Damn it. Thanks, okay? Well, cool, for now.
You're
Just don't
welcome.
go bragging to everybody about it.
I sought to pull the weeds and allow the flowers to blossom once again.
Righteous. You know, you just may have an anarch soul. I'll let you chew on that, Cammy. Some of the boys might have overheard our conversation and gotten the impression I've gone soft. Somebody in this joint's gotta lack the restraint to keep their mouths shut.
Maybe. See you, damsel. Bye. Oh, that's what you wanna watch. I don't know. Maybe tonight. Maybe I can have one proper day when I don't wake up and then spend hours on the toilet. That would be nice. Speaking of which, not the toilets, but movies. I'm preparing a movie night for my guild next week on Saturday. I downloaded a lot of Halloween classics. I don't think that you want the movie with interesting noises. Anyway, I'll try to be there. Hi!
Neonate, how can I be of assistance?
Might we trade words, Wizard King?
Of course.
I broke the withered horse of Pestilence and his dark bishop in the grave.
You have? Impressive, young one. What exactly was the source of the epidemic?
Bishop Wick sat upon the withered horse.
Tell me of this so-called bishop.
I mean, Fizzle's in my guild. You're the one that doesn't play Guild Wars. Though Fizzle hasn't logged into Guild Wars for a while. He wished to close the curtain on our cursed drama.
I see. That end may very well be upon us. But to business. I have a debt to pay you for your services.
What treasures?
If you so desire, I can give to you a unique talisman that might be of use in the future. If that does not interest you, I can compensate you with hard currency. You decide.
Well, enjoy having a life. I'll take the treasured talisman.
A wise decision, Neonate.
More stats for
True
me!
power lies not in wealth,
Especially in
but
a
the
no
things
stat
it
run
affords
through.
you. I hope this object serves you well.
Oh, I am no longer here. Thank you. Blood buff duration 200%. Now that's gonna be useful. I rely on that thing too much, especially when I need to like open doors. Because I can't open doors in any other way. Don't have the stats for it. So, I'm gonna throw a hard save in here. We still have to deal with the whole knife club situation, but that's like the only thing that we have left in downtown, really. So, when we finish that, we have finished downtown and we will be moving to Hollywood! And we even have a ride in there unlocked and everything. So, hard save in the streets of downtown. Thank you all for watching. Thank you people that have subscribed on my Patreon. I'm gonna be showing them on YouTube right over here. And I hope I'm gonna see you next Saturday where we draw all so much closer to Halloween. For Halloween, it's gonna be a Thursday. I will probably do one extra stream just for you. So, thank you all for watching and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.